welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are tuning in for the first time, welcome. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And for those of you who are returning subscribers, welcome back. On today's video, we'll be having a chat about what support means during pregnancy. So what a lot of people probably don't realize is that pregnancy is so hectic that you need to have as much support as you possibly can on your side during that time. So what does support look like? So with my case, what I've found is that it can become quite difficult to express what it is that you need support with, especially because, with me, let me talk about myself. I first of all didn't want people to know, especially in the beginning. So it becomes very difficult for you to say, I need help with 1, 2, and 3. I need you to come with me to the doctor. Can you please come with me to do my groceries? Or I need help with, I don't know, I need you to come with me to run an errand, So it becomes so difficult, especially in the beginning when not so many people know that you are pregnant, to actually ask for help. And in my case, what I found to be quite hilarious is that you would need, especially at work, you would need someone to go with you somewhere, and that would not work out. What I've found in my case is that it was quite difficult to ask for help or support from friends and colleagues, especially because you don't want them to know, especially in the beginning, that you're pregnant. It's quite a sensitive period, especially the first 3 months, because anything could happen during those first 3 months. So how do you ask for support in that case? Well, what I've found to be quite useful or helpful for me was to let those who are close to me know. So if I would need to go do groceries, for example, I would ask one of my friends to come with me. Or if I needed help with the groceries from downstairs, I would either ask security or ask one of my friends who also lived in the same building. Another way to ask for support is from your partner also. So what I've found with me is that it was very difficult in the beginning to ask for help or support from people who didn't know that I was pregnant. So that would be colleagues, acquaintances, and people who would actually be in a position to help or give you the necessary support that you would need when you are pregnant. For example, sometimes going to the doctor, you would want to go with someone and not go alone. So that is one way that you would need support, having someone to go with you to the doctor. Someone to help you with your grocery shopping, someone to help you maybe with your laundry, the heavy lifting of things. You would need support in terms of having someone to come over and clean. At some point, I stopped because it was just getting so much. It was getting too much. So what I did was I booked a helper through Sweep South, and they would come in on a weekly basis. Because it gets so hectic, guys. When the tummy grows and you start to feel heavy, there is literally nothing you can do. And if you can get as much help as you can, outsource everything if you can. At some point, I even stopped going grocery shopping. I ordered my groceries on Zulzi, and sometimes I would Uber Eats because it was just too much. So when you're pregnant, it's quite difficult to ask for help. And you need to find ways to look for or to ask for support, especially from those who are close to you. And I guess I was very fortunate that my partner was quite helpful. And support is not just with the finances, support is the emotional support. My sisters know I would tell them literally, right now, or guys, you won't believe what just happened, or this and this and this just happened, or you guys, I'm struggling with 1, 2, and 3. is there anything that you guys can recommend, or is there anyone you guys can recommend to help me with one, two, and three? One, two, and three. It's very important to have your close people that can help you with those things during pregnancy, because you don't want to be sad alone, you don't want to cry alone, you don't want to find yourself feeling as though you are alone and you're experiencing these emotions by yourself. What I've also found is to follow expectant moms on social media, so that also helped. I'd find myself laughing. There's a particular lady that I follow, Beaky, on social media. She's been very expressive in terms of what she's going through, literally blow by blow, guys. It helps because it makes you feel less alone during this particular journey. So what I found for myself also is to write. So I kept a journal where I was writing down how I felt, what happened during that day, what I was grateful for, because it helped to sort of offload the conversations that I was not able to have with any of those people who are close to me. My partner knows very well as well that I used to tell him everything. You're umgolo, you're this, you're I'm nauseous today, you're I cried this morning. And sometimes I would just cry out of the blue, and you need to have people around you who understand what you are going through. I can't imagine what it's like being pregnant, raging with hormones, and not having people or outlets to sort of vent, or outlets that you can have to express yourself. So support is very important during pregnancy, especially the doctor's visits. If people can't go with you, at least let someone know so that you can tell them how the visit went. I used to take videos. I sometimes used to be on the phone and speak to the doctor while my partner, my sisters were on hold as well, while they were listening to what is happening during the consultation. That also made me feel less alone. Another thing that helped me a lot was the fact that I had a sister who was also pregnant during the same time. So I would call her a lot, and we would also meet up just so that we're not alone. I think we underestimate the impact or the role that the pandemic has played during this time. When you're pregnant, it's a lot. You can't socialize as much as you normally would. You can't meet up with a lot of people as much as you would. You are prone to falling ill, to falling sick. So you want to keep yourself as healthy as possible. So you can't really be with a lot of people or be around a lot of people during pregnancy, especially during the pandemic, because, well, you will definitely get sick. So I've found that reaching out to people who are going through the same thing helps. I've found that speaking to family and friends helped a lot. And another thing is, when you decide whether you will tell people on social media that you are pregnant, or if you decide that you will not tell people that you are pregnant, it's very important to let those who are close to you know. So I literally just told them, guys, I'm pregnant, and please just don't take pictures. Please don't say anything on social media until I have done so. That in itself is a way that you can get the support you need, because we live in very interesting times. I don't subscribe to the whole don't say anything, you'll be cursed, people have ugly hearts. Well, we all know people will be people and do what people do, but I was never one of those I'm keeping quiet because I don't want anyone to bewitch me. No, I purely just decided to not say anything right until the end, because I just wanted to keep those sacred moments. I wanted to keep them to myself. I wanted to enjoy those moments. During pregnancy, it's so important to have people who know how to provide you with support. I cannot stress the importance of having supportive parents as well. You need their support. You need them to be on your side. And I am also aware that we don't all have the same family dynamics. So if it's not a mom or if it's not a dad, it could be an aunt or even a friend who you can trust, who you can speak to during that period. So once the baby is born, I guess you're halfway there, right? Um, which is not always the case because there's a different kind of support that you need when you have given birth. For example, whilst you're still in hospital, the nurses become your support system. So literally anything and everything you need at the hospital, communicate that with the nurses, communicate that with your doctors, because in most hospitals, you are not allowed visitors, and your birthing partner will probably be given a day or two, depending on the hospital, obviously, to come and be with you and the baby. In my case, I was allowed a few hours with my birthing partner, and then after that, I could only see them after I was discharged from the hospital. So those few days are also quite important in terms of getting the support you need from the nurses. And then once you leave the hospital, you're obviously gonna go home. Home could be with your partner, it could be with your family, it could be with a relative, it could be with anyone. So when you get home, you need support as well. What I mean by that is you are still not so sure how to do some things, you're still not sure how to soothe the baby, you're still not sure how to even latch your baby to your breast if you're breastfeeding. There's so many things that you need. I get when you leave the hospital, it's a different kind of a support that you will need during that period. So whether you are going home to a partner, whether you're going home to your parents, your sister, a relative, or anyone who will be helping you with the baby in the beginning, you will need support. So for example, I wasn't sure how to latch the baby on for breastfeeding, so I obviously had to tell those who were around me at the time, it was my mom and my sisters, that I don't know how to do this, so they would help as well, my sisters especially, during the evenings, like how to bath the baby. In hospital they actually show you how to do this, and then when you get home you're like, and that's absolutely nothing. So it's very important to have people who know what to do when you have given birth. I used to struggle some nights to soothe my baby, and I would get so upset. And then I had to say to my sisters that, guys, I'm struggling with this. Please help me. And having that kind of a support system helps you so much. I cannot stress the importance of having people, especially the first few weeks after leaving the hospital. You will need to sleep, right? Whilst you're asleep, you need to have someone who's watching over the baby. Um, that part is very difficult because everyone always says you need to sleep when the baby is sleeping. Hello, you can't sleep all the time because, well, I'm watching this person to see if they are actually still breathing or not. You have so much anxiety. What if he falls? What if this happens? What if this happens? So I still need to do the laundry. So you can't exactly sleep and forget about your baby. You need to have someone else or other people around to help you with that. If you're not breastfeeding, you obviously need to have someone to watch over the baby whilst you go and prepare the bottles. So guys, I can't stress the importance of having people nyani around who can help you to provide the support that you need. There's times where you will be so tired and exhausted that there's nothing you can do, like you are not functioning. You need people to make you food, or you need someone to watch over the baby whilst you make yourself some food. Guys, it is so important to have people who know what you are going through. I used to get upset when the baby used to cry, right? and let's say you're just with the baby alone in the room, and literally everybody would come over and ask, umenzani umntana, or utheni, kutheni lila. Like, I don't know, I'm still trying to figure this out as well. That used to piss me off so much. But obviously those people were asking from a place of care and a place of love. I just couldn't understand why they would think I'm doing something to the baby. Yo, guys, it used to hack me so much, but obviously I've grown, and now I know that it was coming from a place of care and a place of love. So you need someone there with you. You need people to support you mentally, if you need that. So reach out to psychologists or a counselor or someone you can speak to, because it can get a lot as well. A lot of people suffer from postpartum depression, and it's better if identified as soon as possible so that it can be treated or it can be attended to. Um, so there's a lot of things, guys. Just from the top of my head, those are the things that I've felt you need help with. You need to go and weigh the baby at some point. You need to go with someone, because if you're comfortable, I mean, going by yourself, you're more than welcome to do so. But what I've found to be better is to always have someone go with me whenever I need to get something from the shops. Or that's also quite important if you live alone, or if you don't have a nanny or someone to help you around the house. You need people to help you with the cooking and the preparation of your own food, because that's quite important. You need to take care of yourself as well. Um, a mom who's well taken care of will be able to take care of their baby very well. If you're not resting, it will also impact your energy levels and how much you can give of yourself to your baby. So support is quite important. And then there's the support you get from your friends. For myself, I still find it difficult to articulate what kind of support I need now as a new mom. Obviously my life has changed slightly, maybe not slightly, but life has changed, and I still struggle to articulate what kind of support I need from my friends. So what I do on a weekly basis, or every second week, I reach out, just to find out what's happening in their lives. I mean, I know I've had a baby. It's a massive change in my life. But I mean, my life has changed, right? But it doesn't mean that I must now forget about the people who've been with me. So I check up on my friends to find out what's new, what's news, what do I need to know about that's happening in your life now. How are you doing? How's work going? Those sort of things. So I've decided I'm going to be that kind of person, because I can't expect people to always be the ones reaching out to me. All right. So I have now started to reach out to my friends on a regular basis, just to check what's happening, what's news, how the kids, how's work, how's this, how's that. Because in as much as they have been providing me with the support that they know how to give, because I still don't know what kind of support they can give me. I'm 1,000 kilometers away from my other friends as well, so it's not like they can pop in and come and check on me and the baby. So it's also very important to be able to articulate what it is that you need help with. In the beginning, I used to call my mom friends to say, yo, this happened today, how can I do 1, 2, and 3, and that is support. That is me asking for support. Sometimes you don't say, I need support with 1, 2, and 3. Sometimes you just need someone to hear you out, hear you vent, hear you let out your frustrations. But it's important that you first find out if the person you want to vent to has the capacity to listen to what you're gonna say. You don't want to offload your baggage onto someone who does not have the capacity to handle what you will say. So it's quite important to always find out, are you in a place where you are able to hear me out? Um, so sometimes it's you venting, sometimes it's you asking for help with something, sometimes it's you asking how to do something, sometimes you just want a different voice of reason, um and then it's important also, I've found, not to have so much expectations from people. I mean, they don't know what you're going through sometimes. No experience is the same as the next person's experience, but I've been very fortunate to have very supportive friends and family, and a partner as well who's quite supportive. And then there's that as well. What sort of support do you need from your partner? And I've found that it's so difficult, guys. It's so, so difficult. But you need to have your you need to have ways in which you are able to communicate what it is that you need help with. Like, I'm laughing because a few days ago I was so tired and I couldn't pinpoint what it is that was making me so tired, and I was asked what's wrong, and all I could say was that I'm just tired. Like, I'm tired and I'm just tired, and he knew what to do, right? And it's very important to have someone in your life who you are able to communicate how you are feeling. I mean, I could have said, you are, you know, but it's important to be able to say that I am tired, or I'm struggling with 1, 2, and 3. I need help with 1, 2, and 3. And I think it's important also not to neglect a partner as well, because they too could be tired. They too could be struggling. They too could be having a challenge fitting into this space, because we pay so much attention to our babies, we forget about our partners. And it's not to say that, and we forget about our partners, but it's quite important as well to have those conversations to say, what support do you need from me as your partner, because I mean, having a baby is not an easy thing on anyone. But obviously you get those partners who, once you've had a baby, then they disappear and then they come back, like they leave you to be with the baby, and then you struggle all day long, and then you get partners like that. And we need to become better people for our partners, as moms and as dads as well. So it's quite important to be able to articulate even the help you need from your parents. For example, I was home after giving birth, so that I could get the necessary help and support from them. Some people can't do that, for example. So it's important that whoever you reach out to, whoever is your person that you can reach out to in that case and say, listen, I need 1, 2, and 3. So I guess the whole point of this video rather, is to say, you do need support at different phases of your pregnancy, at different phases of giving birth, and I think into the rest of the life of umdana. So we need to be able to say, this is the support that I need right now. And I'm just thinking now, I've always been a support system to my sisters, with their kids. So if they would need some time out, I take the kids, for example, I take them to the beach, or I take them to the movies, or I sit with them at home while their moms can do something else. So it's important, not just as a new mom or as a new dad. It's important at every stage of the child's life to have, or to have people who can provide you with support, or to be the person that can provide support to someone else. I'm saying this because I've been a person who gives support to someone else, and so that enables them to become support to other people. I mean, I don't expect anyone okay, I don't want to say I don't expect, because of course I do have expectations that those who are close to me will be willing to provide the support that they can. But we need to be able to become the people, we need to be able to pass it, pass the kindness on, you know. If I received support from a friend, even if they won't be the friend who needs that type of support, let me be that type of support to the next friend, you know, to pay it forward, basically. I'm learning now as well that, you know, if someone calls and says, listen, I need help with 1, 2, and 3, if I can't help, what solution can I try and suggest, or what can I help with that the new mom needs, for example? You know, providing support is not just the financial part of everything, there's the emotional part, like, and that is quite a big part of being pregnant, of having babies. I mean, it never ends, I assume, because um it does get easier because you get used to it. But with conversations I've had with those of with friends and family members who have children, it never stops, right? Support never stops, because umntwana uyakhula and they will need different things at different times in their lives. So it's very important also to be able to have those people with you at the different stages in the life of umntwana. So I guess that's that in terms of this video, you know. Be able to say this is the help you need, be able to say this is what I'm struggling with, be able to say I need support with 1, 2, and 3. Another another huge aspect of having a newborn baby is that, you know, you need help. And I know a lot of people don't want to get nannies. I know a lot of partners, especially men, they don't want a nanny for whatever reason. Abanye bati, no, they don't want umdwendlini. All these things, that all these excuses that they come up with, right? So if you are in a position to get yourself a nanny, do that. Even if it's a nanny who comes in once or twice a week to help you, because it's a lot of work for one person, you know. And there's only one person I know in my life who has done this without a nanny to this day. And that person is my sister, right? And I don't know how she did it. I don't know how she still does it. But I guess it helps because umntwana uyakhula, so you take them to crash and then you spend the mornings by yourself, usenza izinto zakho kanye emsebenzini. But it's a lot, guys. And not for myself personally, I'm grateful that we have that support as well, because you go, guys, go. But I want to hear from you guys. What sort of help have you sought out? What sort of help have you been to other people, and what other things, like, can people look for in terms of trying to get help and support after they've given birth and once they've left the hospital to go home? And I guess this is the end of the video. So let me know in the comments what support, you know, what help, what you've struggled with, you know, when it comes to giving birth and being pregnant and having babies. I mean, this is not just for new moms, by the way. It's for people who have kids who are now grown. I'd like to hear what your views are on this. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.